We're going to plug in the modem. We are connected. If I hit the AT for attention and the modem responds at OK, and I can do ATI, show some status of how the connection's set up, about the modem, firmware versions, how it's currently configured in the baud rate, and the port numbers that it's configured to talk over TCP/IP over. Alright, but I want to show something before I actually connect to another system. So I'm going to just hit A. So that's ASCII A being sent literally over the serial line. The modem is echoing it back. And you see that in this particular setup, it's sending it at nearly 12 volts, a little over 11 volts. So in this serial signal, the data bits are sent in low order first. That means they appear backwards compared to when we typically read hex values. Each bit gets processed by specialized hardware. In this case of the color computer, it uses a 6821 PAA. And that hardware helps accumulate the data bits into a full byte that gets stored in memory and then processed by the terminal software that's running. Swapped out the color computer directly with a color computer 3, and I haven't even reset the modem, so these should still be connected. But on the color computer 3, I have to load the terminal program still. So it's a little bit cruel to load this old terminal program on a great color computer 3 and through the serial I/O, but bear with us. These are both systems at 110 baud.
Don't ever do that again.